And welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've had a fantastic weekend, a sunny Sunday afternoon. I'm Elite Man Smith, and thankfully I'm not solo today. Jason is here to help me through all the button bashing.
We can switch if you want. We can switch spots. Like, I'm more happy.
I managed to sort the graphics out this time.
That's true. That's true.
Although I saved the template.
And you did forget to put your Twitter in there, but I didn't. So I wanted to make sure we get some more followers. You could have been. Mitch needs the help, though, to be fair.
Oh, wow. That's a little harsh. It's a little harsh. No, Mitch is doing a great job. Guys, it is going to be Sweden versus Italy today. The final European match.
Yeah. Last one out of the 6. So far, we'll show you on the screen really quickly just to see the other teams that gotten through. We have Germany representing Europe, as well as Finland, France taking down Turkey in an exciting match, and then Russia and Spain as the other 2 teams. But this is the match that is going to be, I think, one of the most interesting ones in terms of we haven't seen Italy a single time yet. And I've been hearing from a couple of Italy fans that actually they're surprised Italy's gotten this far. But it's a good sign because they haven't heard of many of these players, but they've been able to perform like this. So maybe there's some hopes for them.
Absolutely. Well, they are up against a gigantic Sweden. They have an all-star team. I was talking about Finland, obviously, the other day. We were watching them against Benelux. We were saying they're one of the favourites. Sweden, very much up there. I would say probably joint favourites, these 2 teams. So, guys, they're getting in the game. It is Hollywood to begin with. Let's drop in there and see how this works out. As you can see, Sweden are going to be on the attack to begin with. It is me going to be doing camera work today, so immediately I hit the wall, which is always a great start. We're
not in a racing game, so it's okay.
That's true. So let's see what the team comp is going to be like. This is something I didn't get to do when I was on my own. Obviously, we saw a lot of the 3-tank, 3 support setups, and it is going to be a bit of a difference. It's the 3-1-2, effectively, or the 3-2-1, whichever you want to call it. The 3 tanks, 2 support, and 1 damage dealer for the Italian team. The Swedish team, however, going, well, we'll see what Chips is going to go with. I generally guess it's going to be a support. Okay, a 2-2-2.
Yeah, so you should keep in mind for Sweden, first of all, that actually a majority of them, I believe Coco, IDDQD, and Chips are all playing from the US.
Yes.
Because they're getting ready for the Overwatch Open, which is coming up next week on the 25th through 30th.
They're kind of used to that, the MV guys.
Yeah. And IDDQ's been playing from EU to NA anyways with Fnatic, so not really much of a change for them. But that is why the match came so late, actually, the entire series, because they were having to fly back. So we'll see how the Jetlag's treated them, as they're going to be kicking things off. Tavik going to be on Genji, IDDQD on Tracer, and they're going the standard aggressive composition with the Winston, the Zarya, and the 2 quick damage dealers.
Yeah, I expect there to be no mercy today. Not in terms of the hero, but in terms of Sweden just going straight in. Fighter catching IDQD straight off, though. Coco taking a massive chunk of damage as well. He's going to get taken down, and Italy will defend the first attack from Sweden. That is a good sign to begin with.
Yeah, it's a little bit dangerous, too, for Sweden, because the Continent doesn't necessarily get a big power spike when they do get ultimates up. Obviously, they do get the Graviton Surge and the Pulse Bomb, but not necessarily dependent on. They're just dependent on these picks. And with Hal picking up, was it 2 or 3 kills there, already being shut down, gives a lot of ult percent over to them, especially Fighter, who's at 70%. He's basically leading his team, and with a Nata boost out of Nisa going to be coming around the corner, it's going to be hard for Sweden to take this point on this attack.
And you can see Chip's going to get caught out and taken down by Link, just dicks around the side, pops out, gets the kill, easy stuff, and that's going to stop this attack before it begins and gets himself a quick double on both Coco and Zebasai. Sweden are in trouble already. This is a slow start for them. You're expected to maybe come out the gates up and running, but the fact that they've gone 1 minute 30, it's going to be before they even get this second attack off without really even causing a single dent. They haven't got a single marker down.
Not even a single kill.
Not even, yeah, I don't think they have yet.
Yeah, and now Coco, like, he's only at 60% on his Graviton Surge. You can see how already ready to go. He's had it for a good amount of time already, too. And not to mention, Carnifex is going to have his Deadeye available. You can see him jump in towards the backside and get pulled immediately in. Going to be countered by the Transcendence, but there we go. 2 quick kills already coming through for Sweden.
Yeah, that's what they needed. Fighter and Carnifex going down. The Reinhardt picked off is a big deal. They finally found Anna, and now Zayd, well, he's going to try and fight off. Chips will get taken down, but Hal will fall eventually, and you've got to feel that may well be all they needed for finally the payload to get moving. It took them 2 minutes though, so decent start for Italy. Of course, it is all going to be about time and distance, and also a very big question whether Italy can actually take that first hybrid point. Something we've seen in these World Cup games is the dominant teams have been holding this, especially Hollywood, quite strongly.
Especially the teams who have like all the pro players on it for Sweden, for Finland, even Germany in there now has like pretty much all pro players. But Sweden and Italy both not even switching anything up, but pretty much sticking the comps they've been working. Chips, however, has switched, as I just noticed, from Zenyatta over to Ana. So trying to go for a really skirmish-heavy kind of battle. And then you're depending on Vic and Sebazai to be the only two to really get on this high ground and some sort of control they can maybe pull off, but with Italy having the entire comp up here, I don't really see that happening.
Oh, that's a massive graviton surge. He's called 6 of them. That's a tragedy. Fighter's going to be the only one that's nano boosted, trying to get away, but I don't think he will be able to escape. And the rest of his team have fallen. That was a absolute perfect graviton surge from Coco.
Yeah, so I honestly didn't expect them to just combo that completely and win the fight. But I guess they threw everything they had into that one. Zebasai, he has his Primal Rage ready to go, but Coco with a perfectly well-placed Graviton Surge does turn things around. And even the Nano Boost out of Nisa, I think they wanted to have actually forced the engage. The fighter switched over to Winston now to kind of keep track of IDDQD and Tavik, and Zebasai, who's still stealing his Primal Rage, doesn't even need to pop it just yet. He can zone so well.
Tavik taking down Hal as well. Zebasai just Tesla cannon in every support. Anyone that comes around, Anna's taking a dose of it as well. IDDQD finally picking off Fighter as well, so he's made the switch over to the Winston away from the Reinhardt. So they've got no Reinhardt at the moment, and well, it's starting to cost them. You saw Link also making the switch over to the Genji, and now they're not going to get caught. They're not going to be able to escape here. They're going to see Hal take chase down. He's going to get dropped eventually, and now we're going to see the Primal Rage from Zebasai. Why not?
Yeah, I didn't actually expect him to pop this just yet. Unless he's going to switch to Reinhardt, because they do generally need Reinhardt to make this final push work and switch a couple of heroes around.
Okay, switching, yeah.
It looks like he can. I guess he doesn't really need to just yet, but if they lose this fight, which we see a lot of teams do on the attack, they generally lose this fight when it comes to this elbow around the corner, especially with the Graviton Surge out of Hal. I see no real way that Sweden should win the fight. I don't know, we'll see. I mean, even the Nano Boost on Fighter is going to be deadly.
Coco, you can see Graviton Surge available. It was perfect last time, and it's pretty good this time as well. Pulse Bomb, though, going to get dropped in his face from Carnifex. Managed to get a bit of a reply out of there. Link's going to try and go off, but every time I switch to someone, they get killed.
It's the commentator's curse, right?
Yeah. I'm like, this guy no, he's dead. No. He always have like 1 or 2 as a backup as well, and then they all died as well.
Yeah. And that's when you just start spamming buttons. Saying eventually I'll get on someone. Nice little pulse one does take Kubi down. Sweden get a little bit extra control here. Chips has Nano Boost ready to go, and he's looking for the right target to put on. He's got Zebasai to choose from and Tavik, but it doesn't seem like he's going to be committed just yet here, as I think Sweden just trying to wait out this Primal Rage out of Fighter.
Yeah, she's going to run that one down. Now they're going to try and push in. You can see a little bit out of position here. The Italians, they've gone a little too aggressive, and now they're going to get caught out mid-flow. You can see Coco gets himself one on Fighter. Chips is going off from the back. They're trying to land some shots, trying to get a little pick on Carnifex there. Let's have a look at him. Carnifex, I'm going to be the man I want to see. He's got Pulse Bomb. Doesn't get a chance to use it. Tavik with the Dragon Blade gets himself a double.
Yeah, it seems like Sweden have been able to finally pick up some steam here. Nis actually did switch over to Mercy quite a long time ago because they already had the res off to get his entire team back alive again, and Sweden has nothing to counter this. The Graviton Surge is going to come through as well, and that's going to be Link and Carnifex cleaning up the entirety of Sweden, and they'll have to back off to fight another day.
Yeah, the Graviton Bomb. It's a great combo, and it works so well. Why not use it if you can? But the payload, it's just on the slope, just outside of the final marker. 2 minutes still on the clock. No panic for Sweden just yet, of course. It took them 2 minutes to get the initial hybrid marker, and they've been fairly cruising through the Wild West section, but they've been held up here. This is kind of the standard, though. As you mentioned, that dogleg section can be deadly, but as it is, Tavik looking to saw something around the side. There's a Graviton Surge coming down. Zebasai gets himself a double. The Shuriken's coming through. He can't get the Mercy down, and the rest came through.
Yeah, got it just in the nick of time. Literally a split second before he did die, so now Sweden have to fight yet again here, but it seemed more than happy to do this. As a great sleep dart came down on Link, and Tavik capitalizes off that completely. Fighter now, one of the last few remaining men left on this point, and IDQD is going to come in from the side with his Pat and McCree, and this ideally should be Sweden taking this, but that Graviton Surge is going to buy a little bit of time.
And unfortunately, it's on top of the payload, though. It's going to crash them all in. There's the Pulse Bomb. They get out of there just in time. The shields come down. IDDQD still going off. He's going to get chased out here by QB, but he will get taken down. And now they just have to clear the Tracer and the Winston, and they'll be able to get the point pushed on. Should be GG. There we go. So 1 minute 11 going into the time back for Sweden on their first attack.
You know, I missed this, and I wish we'd been able to see more Sweden games, but Tavik and IDDQD, these two DPS players, I mean, at the time when they were on a team together called Rogue, back at the TakeOver tournament, Tavik was playing more of a flex role, so he was playing more of the Zaryas and the off-tanks that they needed, and it was IDDQD and AKM to play the two McCrees for the team back when we had no hero limit. These two players, I mean, they played together for such a long time. Even Coco, Tavik, and Chips played together when they were on the team called IDDQD, not the player. So they have a lot of history between each of them. Even Zebasai played against these teams. Zave, I think, is the only odd man out in this one in terms of playing against them at any lands or with them at any lands. Since fortunately they didn't really qualify, I believe it was, for the tournament. But Zebasai, he was even ringing in for one of the teams. I think it was Bongo Beach Boys. Or it was either them or Graviton Surge, and I want to say it wasn't. No, it was Graviton Surge he was ringing for. And he had to play against them, and they actually lost against Rogue, who eventually won the tournament. But so far, Italy, we have to give them credit. That was actually a stronghold initially. They held, like, what, 2 or 3 times?
2 minutes, yeah.
Link had some amazing shots on Roadhog. Hall was doing a great job over on Azaria, and Nissa was positioning pretty damn well. The only time they actually lost the fight was when Nissa got caught, finally.
They didn't get a kill for, like, the first 3 attacks, did they? And it was only that once they got that first kill, that was it. They fell apart.
Yep.
Italy fell apart. But they held really well. We'll see whether they can do it again. Qualifys at the moment running around on the Tracer. We'll see whether he sticks to it. He did on the defense, so you'd assume he might well go with it. Hal on the Xayah worked very well on defense. Nisa this time is going to be switching onto the Ana. We saw it briefly on Mercy just towards the end there.
So everyone's playing the same hero except Qualifys, who played McCree, then went Tracer.
This is something we saw the same from...
Oh gosh,
France-Turkey.
Turkey didn't switch any heroes really for the entire time, and that kind of showed they didn't have a deep hero pool, which we might be seeing for Italy here as well.
Okay, Tavik's on mate. We'll see whether these walls work out for him. He's trying to get those cheeky right clicks underneath. The car only managed to land one. Is it going to be enough though? Try and catch them out. Try and catch them off guard. Also want to look at Zebasai. Zebasai running the hog. So the triple tank setup with the Mei. I don't know whether you can call Mei defensive or the first rule of
basically
hooking.
an off tank.
Yeah, it's kind of an off tank because you have that annoying ice crystal just pop yourself into when you need to. As at the moment, no one going down. The initial attacks, the hooks not working out so well. It's Link that managed to land the first attack, and you can see Fighter's got his ulti almost ready to go, so I'm going to switch across to him, see whether he can get one of his Earth Shatters down.
Yeah, but Chips, he's had a huge ult advantage. He was up 40-50% at one point here, as this is finally able to catch up here, and Sweden initially got a good kill, but now Zayd, with him going down, will they have the healing to keep Coco alive when they counter down a boost to make this fight work? Not to mention, if Fighter hits a good Earth Shatter here, this could be it for Sweden.
They managed to catch him, and he gets a massive Earth Shatter! He gets boosted as well, and that is working out brilliant. The Blizzard's just about holding him up, trying to slow things down. Coco manages to charge himself out of there and get the kill on Hal, but he is now the last man standing. There is going to be Zave coming back in, but son, you are in trouble because the rest of your team got picked off while you were the first man down, and that Earth Shatter was brilliant from Fighter.
Yeah, not to mention, you saw how Sweden reacted. IDDQD put a shield on the Coco with the Zarya to stop any sort of Earth Shatter and stop any sort of like disruptment, but they burst the shield down quick enough that the Earth Shatter was able to capitalize off of that and knock basically the entire team down. And we're hearing a really aggressive play towards the backside. I heard an Earth Shatter come out of Coco, and it looks like they will be able to take down 2 people. So they're not going to allow Italy to get this initial control off pushing off the back of this point, and they're going to be able to challenge out at the door, sorry.
Yeah, going to pressure them at the doors, so Qualifys, pulse bomb available, see whether he manages to sneak around the side. He's trying to get a little bit of push on the car, but it's going nowhere when the entire team of Sweden are on the front bonnet. There's going to be the pulse bomb getting tossed out. It's going to work brilliant! He gets himself a triple kill. That's exactly what he's looking for. The sleep dart comes down, but he doesn't get a kill on him. He's managed to get himself back alive and rewinds himself to full health. Link picks up the double. And ladies and gentlemen, Italy are going to keep on rolling through the saloon area. Now, it's going to get caught just around the corner at the saloon when they meet Sweden next. Oh, hello. Yep. Coco, you're in trouble, son.
He kind of pushed out a little bit earlier. Maybe didn't expect Italy to get this aggressive this quickly, because now Sweden, without their main tank there, are going to struggle to push out of the Goldshire Studios here to actually challenge on this payload even by a little bit of extra time. But now Coco's respawned back in terms of ults. They do have the nano boost to Coco. With that nano boost, we'll have his Earth Shatter up in time for the fight, and we'll be able to drag out potentially 2 fights if he times it correctly, if he doesn't die.
Well, Tavik's got himself his Blizzard ready and waiting to go as well. He's going to try and look to cover the point off while the rest of his team are in trouble. Carnifex trying to get the right click down onto him, but Coco's picked himself up a double, gets nano boosted up. Carnifex the last man here. He's going to get picked off on the side there, and it will stop just around the saloon. Exactly where I thought it would do.
So Coco just got 4 kills in that fight with the help of the nano boost and the Earth Shatter. And our Chips is already back up to about 25% on his ultimate. Now you have the Graviton Surge and the whole hog as well. Like, I don't know. This is going to be hard to actually push through, because if Italy gets actually caught in the Graviton Surge, the whole hog itself can kill you. You even need a nano boost for this to actually make it work. And Chips, with just these tanks he has to heal up with, is going to have his ult ready either at the end of this fight or into the next.
Well, Link's got his whole hog ready and waited to go. There's a whole lot of ultis for Italy here. The Graviton Surge, though, pulling Link in. He's going to get caught out. Does manage to get himself away, but he gets frozen up by Tavik. Now he gets the hook, takes down Zave. Zebasai's been picked up as well. It's a very even fight back and forth between the two teams as IDDQD on Zaya gets himself a kill, but Carnifex once again, Chips gets whiplashed, and he's going to be taken down, and the payload moves around as Coco is the last man standing for Sweden.
Yeah, he's just to be overwhelmed. That payload will continue to push through Tavik. Tavik is actually still here trying to contest this one. The payload is actually still being held on to at the moment by Tavik, but he's the last man alive, and he eventually should fall here. Yeah, Zave is trying to stall. They're trying to build up as much time as they possibly can. It's working for now, but it's going to eventually snowball against them. There's just no way they're picking up any of the kills they need, like on a Hanamura on the second point on defense, to actually turn it around. So now Italy with 3 minutes and 40 seconds. That's more than Sweden had, I believe, to
in this final section. Yeah. 1 minute 11 is what they finished with. We'll keep our eyes on that. Of course, the time bank system in effect. We saw a cracking time bank mechanic working between the match I did, the Spanish game. Yeah, Spain versus CIS and Baltic Sea. It was a crazy, crazy game here in Hollywood. That's a great Graviton Surge. Are we going to get it backed up? It doesn't matter. The Pulse Bomb comes in. That is going to be a massive kill. Whole Hog used now just for Coco. A little excessive, I think. You're fine, but he's keeping the payload clear, and he's rolling it round the corner. Yeah,
that was unnecessary ultimate, but not to mention Carnifex. He picked up, I think, 4 kills with the Pulse Bomb in that fight with that Graviton Surge. Amazing play out of him, and a great synergy between him and Hal. And well, speaking of Carnifex, he's already up to 50% on his Pulse Bomb yet again. Now we're seeing Sweden switch. Zebasai, instead of the Roadhog's going to be playing on Reaper to deal with these tanks. Tavik is over to the Genji now instead of the Mei, and Coco is the only tank now as IDDQD switch to DPS as well.
Well, QB drops the beat. Sound barrier goes down. He's going to force him away. A little boop there actually worked against him. I think he booped Link out of the hook there. Link's going to build himself up though. IDDQD takes down Anna though. The Nissa getting picked up around the side. Coco doing some work, and looks like Sweden are going to maintain a defensive hold here. QB the last man trying to keep this alive, but well, what's Lucio going to do against 4 members of Sweden? Not a great deal. Let's follow Carnifex because he's been doing well. He's been landing some pretty good pulse bombs.
Yeah, he really has. And Hal's been helping out a lot with that too, with those Graviton Surges. Which ideally you should be able to throw out another Pulse Bomb here and have it back up in time for a Graviton Surge to be used. But Sweden, they're running 1-3-2. So 1 tank, 3 DPS, and 2 supports. So maybe, wait, is this the counter? We saw Bastion counter like the heavy tank compositions before out of Finland up against Benelux. But maybe this DPS comp is what they need. And I mean, Tavik and IDDQD are all fantastic DPS players, as well as Zebasai, who's playing support at the moment for his team.
Tavik going off with the Dragon Blade, just going to try and get him down, but IDDQD, meanwhile, has picked himself up a double. You can see Carnifex just trying to dodge away, really, if anything, from Tavik. And, well, IDDQD, let's go over to him, because he's just managed to pick up another kill. Kill after kill. The deadly McCree golden gun that you're used to seeing from this Swedish mastermind from Fnatic. He used to have a team named after himself. I mean, that's pretty brash, but you know what? Well, it worked out well. No. It was a very good team.
He named himself after the team.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, to actually mock Tavik in the team, in the crew.
Oh, this could be
a big
good.
Deadeye.
Yeah, this could be big. The shields, there we go. Gets himself a triple. Literally like shooting fish in a barrel indeed. Carnifex going to get caught out. Flashbang and headshot. Thank you very much. Sweden now looking to hold strong. It was 3:49, I believe it was, when we moved into here. Now we're down to 46 seconds.
Timing doesn't matter if you can't complete the map.
Yeah.
So if they can't finish this map, whatever time or little time that they have, or the extra minute they'll get put on if they're doing overtime, won't mean a single thing here in Sweden. They have they have the Dragon Blade up with the Nano Boost, and you can see Tavik already going in.
There's a Graviton Surge.
Carnifex! No! He had the Pulse Bomb!
He was there. He was staring at him in the face, but he got flashed up brilliantly by IDDQD, and that may well have just saved them the map there, because it looked like they were going to finish it off. That would have been one big Pulse Bomb once again, but IDDQD has saved the bacon of Sweden. And unfortunately for Italy, it doesn't look like anything's going to follow up. Carnifex is back, but he's not able to get that Pulse Bomb down.
No one's contested the payload. Zebasai's finally going to be able to join back in, and with 1 second left, we're going to be into overtime now. The respawn's going to take even longer, and Italy, they have to hurry. They have to get back to this payload. They have to somehow stay alive, most importantly.
Carnifex has been picked off. That's not good. That's the 1 man alive that they can just zip in and zip out. Link's trying to do what he can. He's deflecting bullets. There's going to be a Deadeye coming through. Anybody dodging up. It's going to be a good defense matrix that blocks it out, though. Link picked off through the air. They're from IDDQD. And Fighter's going to get cleared away. Everybody getting dropped down. Nisa even around the side. He's trying to do what he can on Anna, but he's going to get chased down. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. Sweden will take map number 1 in style. And honestly, you got to give it credit to Italy. They did look very good there for a moment. I think we're seeing why they've reached this stage. Certainly, obviously, their initial attack on the initial point to capture out, but they were very close to finishing off the map there. They got snarled up in the Wild West section, and that was really the kicker. Nisa, though,
I don't
gonna
care.
get the big play of the game.
I don't care what this says.
It is the big res.
This is not the play of the game. I don't even care. For
flashback from
it was a
IDQD.
flashbang of IDQD. He stopped the combo dead in its tracks and killed Carnifex before he get a pulse bomb off. Like that. That's delicious. That's spicy.
Delicious.
It was crisp, as Spazzy would say. It was just perfect. Like, you can't ask for a better McCree play than that. Like, you pretty much just stop their whole combo, and that Graviton Surge takes so long to recharge. Yeah, wow.
Wow,
that's why he's one of the best McCrees in the world.
So,
well, in Europe and NA.
Hollywood
Can't say the
goes
world
to
yet.
Sweden. Hanamura is next. It is a best of 5 if you just joined us while you've just missed a first map between Sweden and Italy. It is the final game, actually, for the European teams, the final qualifying spot. The last have gone across to, what was it, Russia, it was Finland, it was France, and Spain so far have taken those regions. Germany as well, actually, because that happened yesterday, didn't it? Germany was last night. So the final spot is currently available. Sweden currently 1-0 up. Plenty of matches to go. Hanamura, we've seen a lot of draws on this one so far. I don't know how it worked out last night. I think it was pretty much a shutout, wasn't it, for Germany on the second point?
Yeah. Well, actually, both teams completed the first time, and then the second time around they had to do it. By the way, you're actually the leader of the lobby. Yeah, no, it's a fun map. Actually, I'm really glad to see that you got to change the map.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, sorry. I was just making sure. I don't think they want to play
ready.
Hollywood again.
Well, we could do.
No, I like Hanamura, and I'm glad it's actually one of the maps that's selected for this one. It was all predetermined in terms of maps. You guys are wondering, these 5 set order, it's been predetermined throughout the entirety so far, which I'm not sure what happens when we get to the main event at BlizzCon. And that's in the beginning of November. And it looks like, well, the casters are ready.
The casters are ready.
But we don't care about the casters. We want to know if the players are ready. I got you. It's like I'm fixing your hair.
It's just like sweeping my hair back because I've got so much of it, it just goes in the wind.
You know, mine actually goes down to here now. It doesn't look like it
because it's like scooped up with some serious amounts of gel and water.
Yeah.
Wow, I just noticed there's a really big grey hair just going streaking across there, isn't there?
I have a lot of them actually.
Man. Do you?
I've got a grey chest hair around here.
Oh, really grey? I don't think I've got any grey chest hairs. I don't think I've got any grey chest hairs. But
there's
a reason the hair is this short. There's a lot of grey in there, boys. There's a lot of grey in there, especially around the sides now. It's starting to come through. Okay, Sweden are ready and Italy are ready. Good luck. Have fun to the team. So, Hanamura! We have seen a lot of draws on this map. A lot of draws.
Yeah. So we technically can have draws for people who are wondering how this works. We technically can have a draw in the map. And in this, well, not anymore in the whole series, but in the map we can. And we'll count it as a 0-0. Neither team gets a point. And then move on to the next map. If we have a tie in the entire series, for instance, if we do tie here and Sweden wins the next map and then Italy wins the next 2, we'll have a tie. We play a tiebreaker, a best of 3 on Nepal. Yeah.
It could happen.
It could.
It hasn't yet, but it could. We've had a lot of 3-0s, actually, so we'll see where it can go. Touch wood, indeed. Because it could be a long night. It is, as we mentioned, a 10 o'clock start here in Europe. Of course, that is because the Swedish team, or a majority of them, are over in America for the Overwatch Open. Finals, which will be happening live on E-League, actually. But they've got the first little knockouts to go through first.
25th through 30th.
Yeah. So
it's
coming up very soon. What's that? In just a couple of weeks? Yeah, a couple of days, rather. Yeah.
Wait, what's today? The 18th? 17th? 18th.
Yeah.
19th? 18th. 18th.
It's the 18th today, yeah.
So it's next weekend.
Next weekend,
well, it starts Sunday, actually, so literally a week from today.
Super Sunday. Super Sunday. There's a game coming out on the 27th as well, which I'm quite excited about.
What?
What? It's football related.
Football Manager?
It's not Football Manager, actually. That's the 4th of November. FIFA 17, yeah. I know you love football, but let's talk about Overwatch because that's what we're here to commentate. And it is Sweden on the defensive side. They started out strong and see if they can carry that way.
Yeah, Tvik is going to be looking to hold on to the wall as well here, just to make sure they can't rush through this one. not being punished, and it's actually a different position. You see a lot of Mays play up towards this actual wall towards the right. The problem is that high ground, if no one's watching that, no one can protect you, easily can be bursted down, and also you can't see them pushing through with the help of a speed boost. But this initial damage actually bought them a little bit of time. But at the same rate, Nissa, he's ahead in terms of Ana ults to Chips, who's actually he was a lot more ahead, but Chips been able to catch up. And these headshots out to Vic, is he going to have Blizzard on their first attack? He's already at 70%.
He might well do, because it's been the, I think it's been Hal, no it's not, it's been Link that's been popping around the corner, he's been catching, obviously the big fat Roadhog. Easy target, it keeps poking ahead of the shield. Here we go though, Nano Boost goes on to both Reinhardts, but that's going to be a slowdown. He's going to get sleep darted, Fighter's going to get dropped down here, and he gets focus fired, worked perfectly for Sweden there. Qualifys tries to jump on point, this time he's going to be running the Genji instead of the Tracer, which he was running last time, but the right click's working wondерfully, and you know what? You can't block a punch to the face.
He actually can block a punch to the face. He can reflect a punch to the face.
How did he get killed? Because he was mid-block.
No, you can, so if you're reflecting, you can block
but he
melees.
was reflecting away though. It was the back of the head. Yeah.
So you can't block a punch to the back of the head.
Yeah, that's exactly what it. Yeah, which is kind of what it was.
So another Blizzard going to be coming through. Link's going to fall from this one. Hull eventually should fall as well. But I want to point out something Sweden did there that was actually really smart. So the counteract. To help counteract the nano boosted Reinhardt,
they might get this, you know.
No, I want to say they're not, but I mean, they're throwing every ultimate they have at this one. Actually, the reinforcements are here. They actually might be able to here, Demon. You're right.
Yeah, IDDQD's got a lot of work to do here. You can see the Graviton Surge comes through. He has got his Deadeye available, but this is not the time or the place to use it. Now we're going to get Qualifys coming in. He gets flashbanged out there. He's got the ulti nano boost on him. He's trying to get his Dragon Blade off, but he can't manage to get it. The Reflect comes back down, and they're still not got the point. They've got themselves the first marker in there. It's a very chaotic fight. Nissa getting picked up by IDDQD. QB goodbye! And that's just kill secure right there. And that's a right click to the face.
Wow.
And Sweden come back
from
the dead and hold the point. That's impressive.
Yeah, just for IDDQD not to die there being chased down by Qualifys. But I want to go back to what I was trying to say before with Fighter being nano boosted in. Sweden counter with their own nano boost, but what was most important is they end up hitting a sleep dart onto him, a biotic grenade, because what makes the nano boosted target so hard to kill is the fact that they take less damage, but they can be healed up insanely well by a biotic grenade out of the friendly Ana. So he counters that out with even a flash being thrown in, and he eventually does fall. So good answer and a good counter to a nano boosted Reinhardt charging straight at your face. Well, the problem is it kind of means you need to have your own Ana to make it work. We saw this happen as well, I think, in the Germany. Was it Germany versus Iceland game? This typically hasn't worked out from what we've seen in the past, but
yeah. I mean, nobody's coming his way, so he's not drawing the attention.
He's just trying to flank.
They're just like, you know what, just leave him over there.
Yeah.
Because I think it's Tavik that sat there anyway. Tavik sat there on point, so he's like, well, I'm on point, so we can ignore him over there. It doesn't really matter. We'll still focus on splitting the team. That's exactly what they're going to do. Didn't get the split down perfectly. He's going to get around the back, though. Going to get a lot of damage down. Hal both caught out. The Blizzard gets tossed out. That's going to catch them all in the Blizzard. Everybody froze up. QB going to get picked off. Pick your target, ladies and gentlemen. Pick your poison. Is it going to be an icicle to the brain? It looks like it will. Nissa goes down, and Tavik just freezes himself in the corner. And Italy, they might not get point A, ladies and gentlemen.
They might not. Only 20 seconds left to go, and I didn't know Tavik can channel his inner Dizzy Princess here, but he's doing just that, freezing them up constantly. This Mei is being unchallenged, and he's going to have his wall again very soon, so all they have through is Fighter now. He's Fighter and Link. If he walls this off, they can't actually reinforce this too quickly, and what this chip damage is able to do, not to mention a Blizzard yet again. Italy, like, you have to take this point. You have to do something about this, and Fighter's going to get frozen up. He's just going to get walled off, and they're going to ignore him for now.
Nanobushia say, just get in that corner. Wall that goes down. There's the Blizzard. He got knocked off. He got knocked off. That's tragic. Oh, man. You know, I think he managed to keep on. Fighter did he manage to keep in there just about. QB, you're going to go down. Tavik doing work here. Now, they got in overtime. Is it enough to try and cap it out? It's going to go down very quickly. They have to deal with Tavik, but if they get him down, there's not really anybody else to come back. I think they've capped it out in overtime just about. IDQD's nowhere near. So, Italy, they get it eventually, but it's overtime, and that's going to give them, next to no time to push on through. He extends them into 4 minutes. But by God, that was so close.
Yeah, that was way too close. If Fighter got knocked off from that charge out of Coco, that would have been it. There would have been no chance for Italy to take that point. But now they have a second chance to get the second point. The problem is that's a lot of pressure put onto him. Being that slow to capture the first point, he's got to mentally wear down at you. And Coco, he has Earth Shatter ready to go. Oh, my. Is he going to come from behind? Is he going to jump around?
Is he going to drop on them? I think he might do.
Oh, this is rough.
Okay, they're on the payload. So they're on the marker. They have to go down. Yeah, I was going to say, they have to touch the point. They've already got the first one caught out. That was too slow from Sweden. They are going to finally react to this, and they should be able to clear them out. But they gave the first marker up. And that's really big, because now they just got to come in. They can cap it so much faster. So Italy stole a bit of a march there.
Yeah, that was a little bit unfortunate for them. I mean, they did hold on in the end, which, I mean, you have to kind of give them credit for, but yeah, a little bit, maybe miscommunication for the most part. And even Coco tried to jump down on top of the point, but he was still like not actually contesting it. So actually a couple seconds for Italy. But they do have 3 big ults up, 3 tanks. Sweden's going to be dependent on Tvik for the most part here with the Blizzard to counter this. And Hao is just waiting for a fire strike to come his way to build up some energy. Yeah, he's just waiting for something. And that Graviton Surge, even with the Earthshadow fighter, can be so difficult. It's hard to fight into this, though, with these ultimates they have ready.
Oh, that's a Blizzard that's going to catch Hal straight out. It manages to duck around the corner, but of course that Blizzard continues to do damage throughout that shield. But at the moment it's looking working okay. Fighter's got himself chips down, so it could work in their favor. That's going to be the whole hog getting popped around the server. There's the Graviton Surge. They might well get themselves a second marker here. They force them away. They just need to get Zave down. He gets dropped down. Now the marker's uncontested. Just around the side comes in. They're going to get one more down, but they can't clear out. It's going to be, is it Tvik that's just dived in around the side? Tvik's going to pop in there. He gets taken down. IDDQD making the switch, but they may well have got it. It's 2 minutes still on the clock. Now they get Coco back out there, but he's been taken down. Fighter gets a massive quad kill in the end, and that is a pretty damn good time in the end for Italy. Just outside of 2 minutes is a really good marker to post you for yourself. Wow. That was a good flip. A good flip from them, considering they hit the A site in overtime.
Yeah, it was actually insanely close as well. Considering what Italy did really smartly was save their ultimates to make sure to catch multiple people. So they're not going to Earthshatter for one. They're not going to Graviton Surge for one, because they realize if they stagnate these kills like that, they're going to end up coming back in one by one, and then just a single kill can turn the tides of that entire fight and that entire point. So really well done by them at the end with those 3 big tank ultimates to use them separately and not overcommit them. And now Sweden, well, the pressure's on them. They have to complete. It's not a great time for Italy, but considering how slow they were to capture the first point, I think they're more than happy to take this.
Yeah, I mean, if you think back to the France-Turkey game, it was, what, a 5-minute fight on point, wasn't it?
It was really long, yeah.
Because it was just like a dribble, a relay rate of kills. So it was like, get one respawns, get another one respawns. And it was just slowly but surely, constantly back and forth action. So, yeah. Oh, well, okay. Sweden, over to you. Your turn to attack. They are 1-0 up so far. Of course, Italy have themselves, well, 1 minute 59 in a time back. That's some pretty good going. I'm going to switch across and see what they're planning. So Link this time is going to be the man on the May. So we'll see whether he can match what Tvik did. Tvik, very impressive. You know, I'd like to say I'm ahead of the curve, because I played May on this map right at the start. Because I just thought, this is really good for this map. And now everybody's doing it. You know, they
don't say they're like, oh, well, Demon did it. We should try it.
I mean, that's obviously what they did, right? I mean, they obviously saw my talented skills and just thought, you know what? Wow, Demon's amazing on this. Let's do that.
Is that pun intended? Was that pun intended?
Oh, indeed it was. So anyway, okay, here we go. It's going to be the triple tank setup this time. Triple tank, 2 supports and 1 attack. And it's IDDQD that's going to dash straight in and around the side. And now he's going to start the flanking. Can he cause some damage down the side? He's already got a glimpse onto Carnifex. Carnifex taking some serious hits already. He's down to half health. He's dropped. Carnifex goes down. That's a disaster for Italy. This may well be a very quick opening. IDDQD doing some work on the point. And that's going to be the Lucio going down in just a second. And, well, Sweden have taken this point with ease.
Yeah, so the whole May investment out of them, I completely countered because the wall didn't come up at the right time, and the people who got through were so mobile, you can't actually lock them down easily or pick up those kills to give yourself a mad advantage when it comes to these fights. I think Tvik was one of the few people who actually died. I think Zave maybe was the other one that died as well. But now they have the post bomb. They have an Nano boost ready for Tvik or for IDDQD if they want to use it onto him, or even Zebasai to give him extra staying power when it comes to dueling. And if they want to go for the high ground control, I mean, you could definitely throw it on his Zebasai and let him somehow get you into that point.
I think Carnifex just made a switch and then chose to go back, so he lost all his ult build-up. You can see he's back to 13% on the McCree, so not got a great deal. The pulse bomb going down just off the side there. We're going to keep watching I was watching Chips until he drops down there, because IDDQD's just got himself a quick triple kill, and this may well flip it very fast. They're going to get themselves a second marker. There's no contesting. They are just going to take it right here. Finally, someone comes out just before the second marker goes down, but he gets killed instantly, and Sweden, holy moly, 6 28 in the time bank. That's pretty big.
Yeah. Yeah. Considering Italy doesn't get 4 minutes now when they capture that first point, and it took them 4 minutes to begin with to take the first point, and they have to hope to take. Well, I don't know. I can't even talk this up. Like 6.5 minutes compared to 2 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
if Italy can't capture the first point, it's 100% over. Like, I don't see Italy holding Sweden off after how quickly they took it that last time.
Yeah, I got to assume Zebesai got the Graviton Surge out. I didn't actually see, but the Pulse Bomb got a triple. That's generally a sign that it happened. So the Graviton Bomb combo is deadly, and sadly, if it catches you out at that point, you generally can't do a great deal about it. So
Sweden. Unless you're IDDQ'd and you flashbang the Tracer and stop it from happening.
Yeah, that's very true, yeah. Yeah, that was a pretty catastrophic defense for Italy, sadly. Which, you know, in football in terms, Italy very well known for their defenses. This time, it seems it's not the case in Overwatch. IDDQD getting boosted up there with from Tavik.
He's got short legs.
Is he like, I want to go one more further? I think he's going to do it. There we go. Wants to be on the wall. He's just start hopping up and down. Put me here. Put me here.
Like a little kid. Yeah, no. So now Italy, the pressure's on them, right? They have to take this first point to even have a chance to hold Sweden for 6.5 minutes. I mean, it's hard enough to do it for the standard 4 minutes, but for to have to do it 2.5 minutes, even longer than that, is going to be so much more difficult. And it comes down to these first 1 or 2 attacks, to be honest. We need to see some good sign out of them.
Well, IDDQD's got his sights trained on the door. The second they come through, gets a little glimpse on Link, takes a couple of shots to his face, so he's forced to back up. Uh-oh, Carnifex got caught. He got away with it. I think he got a rewind. No, he finally got taken down, so that's a big distraction. Hal's going to get a build-up on the shield there from IDDQD, but now he's going to hop in. He's got fed up with sticking there because the rest of the team, they're going to go aggressive, and he peeks around, getting a couple of shots on Tanisa. Flashbang onto Link. Right-click not going to work out, but Link's going to have to back away from that one. Deflect not going to work out. And this is all buying deadly time. They only had 2 minutes, 1:59 on the clock. You can see it's already down to 1:12.
Tavik, I don't know if that was intentional, but that ice wall he put up was perfectly well placed, so the rewind out of Carnifex would have saved his life, which gave him this amount of advantage, which gave him this amount of time to work for. And now even with the nano boost being used, Italy are just falling 1 by 1. I mean, IDDQD is allowed to just flank around to look for Carnifex, who's just trying to back away and eventually fall into Zebesai. And less than a minute left to go here. Sweden, they have Graviton Surge, they're going to have Blizzard soon, they're going to have Earth Shatter available for this next fight, and Italy are banking on this nano boost Earth Shatter combo out of Nisa and Fighter. However, it did work for them. If you remember on Hollywood on that first point, sending Fighter through, he actually got a great Earth Shatter off, and they were able to capitalize on that.
I remember they caught it in Overwatch and Overtime last time. It was in Overwatch, strangely enough, but they're going to have the Blizzard available. It's going to pop it straight out the second they come out here. There's the Graviton Surge going down. That Blizzard is going to hold them dead. But they've got a lot of health on them, of course, because they get that boost from Ana, but, well, sadly the right clicks in their face. The Graviton Surge comes out from Hal, but there's not a great deal of follow-up on that one. 14 seconds remaining on the clock. Link, you're going to get sprayed down.
As I say, the point's still actually being taken. There's 2 people currently on it, and I think they're leaving them for last. Once they pick up these 2 kills, they have a 6-on-4, and what are you going to do if Sweden comes charging straight at you? The Diva Fighter trying to get on the point with less than a second left to go. It'll be frozen and held off, even charged away. And now Sweden, you capture this first point, you win. You're up 2-0, and you're 1 game away as we go over onto Watch Point Gibraltar before you can go to BlizzCon.
Yeah, and they got 6 minutes 28 to do it.
Yeah.
It's a long time to hold point A. We're going to have a heroic, mammoth, gigantic, any large phrase you can think of for Italy's defenses. It is required now.
Casted Cloud9 versus Fnatic, right, in the Atlantic Showdown qualifiers, and we saw a flip or something like this happen.
It was
was it Splice?
No, it was Energy Splice. It was Energy Splice,
okay.
yeah. The 428 on the Temple of Anubis.
Yep.
On Temple of Anubis, yeah. 4 minutes 28, they held that first point, but this is 6:28. We did also see in the Overwatch Open, someone held it for 5 minutes as well. So
dear Lord.
It's possible. I mean, France, the French game, holy moly, not France, Spain rather.
I was going to say, let's not give Sebastian more credit than he needs.
The Spanish game, yeah, the Spanish game, they held for nearly 5 minutes on the Gibraltar point on the final corner. They didn't even need to hit the marker. They just needed to get the payload on that final corner. Yeah, just around the corner. That's where the golden marker was. And they got wiped, and they just had a heroic, I think it was, I can't think who was playing the Tracer.
Was it Neptuno?
It might have been, yeah. It might have
on
been.
Spain?
Yeah, it might have been. Someone was just basically zipping around, keeping alive until everyone respawned. And then he got back in there, and it just like, it kept it contested for so long. But anyway, here we go. Blink, and you may well miss it. Sweden, 6 minutes 28 on the clock to try and take this first point, and they will take it. The series 2-0,
Wow.
and Nisa executed by Tavik with a melee to the back of the dome. You can't block that.
Cool. He's also playing Anna.
Well, I mean, obviously you can't. It's a phrase.
Okay,
Jason.
I'm sorry.
It's a phrase in commentary.
I'm sorry. That was my fault.
It's not a case of, oh my god, I thought he was playing Genji. No, obviously.
I kind of hoped it was.
No.
Because it would have been funnier, but now I just look like a dick.
Yes, you do. But it's not the first time in commentary that that's happened. But anyway, guys.
Hey,
looking
we're
like
pretty even if I think back to LCS.
Sweden are about
Blue
to take
buff.
this point. Blue buff?
They're still in blue buff. Oh, that's more gold for them.
Did I say that? When did I say that?
Okay, we'll talk about off air.
We're going to have to think it all the way back to Season 3. Well, I mean, they've taken the point. This is like...
Yeah.
It's happening, guys. The Dragon Blade's going off, and that's happened. So, 2-0 with ease.
Let me write
Sweden.
this down and see if that refreshes your memory.
Oh! Yeah.
Now you remember.
Yeah, I remember that
Let me
one.
just scratch that out so no one camera can see it. I remember that because I gave you one of the
Look,
strangest looks.
they were getting a lot of gold.
And I really didn't expect you to get away with that. I didn't know. It just went over everyone's head except
Nobody
mine.
noticed it.
Yeah.
Nobody noticed it. It was
I'm gonna go
brilliant.
back and find it.
See, that's the subtlety. Sometimes you can slip in these jokes or these phrases, and people just don't notice. But this is Fighter.
Oh, wow.
This was the big Earth Shadow that finished it. He got himself a quad kill there. At
Even the game's
end,
done with them. It's like, all right, you guys won. It was a great Earth Shadow.
Yeah,
I see it.
I mean, it was good, but sadly, that's what got them on the 2-minute mark. But it wasn't enough because their defenses sadly were not strong enough. So, next map coming up is going to be Watchpoint Gibraltar, and that's where Italy are basically in do-or-die territory. They either win it or they're out.
What's dangerous about that is that you have Tavik who can play Genji on defense. I'm thinking defensively here. You can have him on Genji, right? You can have IDQ playing McCree long range. You got Coco with the Reinhardt to hold front line. You have Zabasai who can maybe flex over to Zarya or Roadhog to hold. And then you're going to have Chips playing the Ana. Like, you have such a strong setup here. And then Zay, of course, on the I'm assuming going to be like most likely the Lucio to pair with the Ana. That's going to be such a tough defense to break, I feel like, for Italy. And I think we're going to find out if they're attacking or defending. Since they did lose, they do have choice aside. So it looks like they will defend first.
All right. Okay. Looks like...
If you want to ask if they want to switch, because losers do have the option. I mean, I'm assuming attacking first for them gives them more of an understanding of what they need to do on the defensive side. Because, like, for instance, let's just say they don't push all the way. They know the point they have to hold from. It's not like let's just drain as much time as we possibly can. I guess they don't want defense. It's not just like let's just drain as much time before they potentially do finish. It's we have to hold this point, so it gives a lot more of a sense of urgency to yourself and to your teammates. But no, it looks like they're ready to go. So let's do it.
Yeah,
Watch
do it.
Gibraltar.
I've launched it. I'm the admin, boys. I'm the admin. I've changed the map. I've asked them their sides. I did everything. Not quite as much as I did on Friday
I was going to
night.
say, if you want to do everything, I'm just more than happy to relax.
Turn the webcam off. Turn the webcam off. What webcam?
Yeah, I don't even know why he gave you that advice.
No. I don't even know what the webcam is. But anyway.
He thinks maybe there was a webcam that was pointing into like a different direction and like...
Maybe they just wanted me to turn the camera off. They didn't want to see my face. That's what they were trying to tell me.
Well, I mean, now you know how I feel most of the time whenever I stream.
Do
you have to turn your webcam on?
Do you have to have it on? All the good streamers don't have webcams these days.
Yeah, Jason, just follow suit. Oh, God.
Your nose is blocking my view, what?
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Never mind. So, Sweden.
Just moving on.
I'm just thinking of how not aerodynamic my nose actually is when it comes to moving. Pretty sure, though. You could
like
use it as a wing for a plane.
I was about to say,
some,
it's like a
distance.
winglet or, a rudder for a ship. Something like that.
I could go pretty, how many knots could I get a ship
one
going?
of those super carriers type things. That's what you could use it for.
But it's a single
It'd have to be
engine.
a big ship. It'd have to be a big ship. None of these little things, because it just called drag.
I wonder if we can... We could break the water speed record with this bad boy.
Well, they're like the hydrofoils, where it's just because it picks up.
We can fly with it. I mean, maybe it's just too fast. Anyways, Italy on the defense. It looks like they're going to be running Nisa on the Mercy. So they're looking to go for the longevity kind of route. Maybe go for some damage amp for Carnifex, who's been actually had a pretty good McCree. Though he's up against one of the strongest McCrees in the world. It's IDDQD going to be playing that one. Tavik going to be on Genji. Zebasai going to be playing the Winston. So it looks like him and Tavik together are going to be trying to take this high ground back and force Italy into that server room.
Yeah. So IDDQD, as you say, on his trademark McCree over in America right now, playing on, this is something we haven't mentioned, like we did mention it right at the start, but these guys are playing on like 100 plus ping, these guys.
Yeah.
But then again, I guess people from Italy could argue that's their standard internet sometimes, because, you know, we argue and complain about German internet. Italian internet is far worse sometimes.
Really?
Yeah, their routing is not good. But maybe it's improved over the days, who knows. But the server room defensive setup for Italy, is it going to hold strong? That's the question. IDDQD gets around the side, Tavik gets himself one. That's Carnifex going down. The headshot on Hal puts him down under the hammer, and the payload is going to hit the marker.
Oh,
the entire team are held up. It's not even getting contested. They've hit it. And the rest of the team, well, the rest comes through, but it doesn't matter because the payload doors are opening. This could be horrific. This could slow things down so much for Italy because of the position they were in at the start. The payload's going to make its way into the shuttle bay before they're even dead.
How's no one attacking IDDQD? How did he just have this much free space to attack from the payload? I mean, yeah, he missed a couple of shots on Anissa, but he was not challenged. And that's the easiest thing in the world. Those are the easiest shots that you will not miss any day of the week if you don't get attacked at all.
They've
this is a downward spiral.
In their own spawn area at the moment. Tavik is putting damage on them. They're finally taking down Zebasai. Good catch there from Carnifex. I think he winged Tavik there, actually. Caught the back of his heels. Trying to pop around the corner and deal with Zave. He's going to land a couple of shots and takes down Zave with ease. Nice shooting, Carnifex. Now he's got to do more, though. He's got to drop down. He's got Deadeye available. He isn't going to use it at the moment. There's no opportunity. But Italy look like they've managed to hold.
Yeah, so not a bad start for them here. I mean, well, it was a bad start, let's be honest, but not a bad recovery for them, most importantly. Though IDDQD is going to take down Link, so that's going to be a whole hog now out of the equation, though he has no health to work with. He's going to be taken down as he's falling by Carnifex. And now Tavik, he should, I think, fall here to Carnifex here as well. Able to pick up a double kill. Those are huge picks for him.
Yeah, he's going off at the moment. He's going to look for Chips as well. Chips trying to get around the corner. Now he's on to Zay. Flashbang comes down. Thank you very much. Carnifex doing some serious work. Now he's got the right click down on Zebasai. Switch down to the left click. And that Peacemaker is doing some serious work with the support of Link. And Italy continue to hold. This is what they need. They need a long hold at this shuttle bay to try and keep them at bay. The free flex from Tavik there on the flashbang. Is it going to be enough? No. Carnifex takes him down.
There's Hal with the great shield as well, which bought a lot of time for Carnifex. Just the position of his team right there and him knowing where they are, playing towards that left-hand side of the shuttle. Just almost single-handedly saved his life. But then again, Tavik might have got a little bit too aggressive, a little bit too cocky. And now Sweden with the high ground control, or sorry, Italy with the high ground control. It comes down to Sweden if they can somehow take this one back. They don't really have a comp to do it, so I'm assuming they're going to just try to push this payload while not being seen.
Oh, Dragon Blade now going off. He's going to look for Carnifex. He's trying to find the Mercy. He manages to get QB down. Gets a second. That's Hal dropped as well. Nisa gets taken out. That's a tragedy. That's both supports picked off. Now he's going to get on towards Carnifex. Oh, deflected down. He gets dropped. And that will be Sweden rolling through the shuttle bay.
All right, so all it took was Tavik with the Dragon Blade and a shield on Zarya to make that one work. Was not expecting that at all, actually. I thought they would have been able to hold on to that. I thought they were going to
hold, yeah. They just got caught out. I mean, the fact was they took down the Zenyatta straight away and then the Mercy. So the whole deal of obviously Nissa being on the Mercy is to get that res through, but now they're in trouble. They've got to be careful they don't go a little too deep here. Tavik pushing out. There's going to be the charge coming out from Coco. He gets around, takes Hal down. Tavik continues the shurikens while the payload is not moving at the moment. It's not making any progress. They're just waiting for those doors to open up. Everybody's gone aggressive and a little too far as Link gets himself a big hook and one that gets himself an easy kill. So Sweden forced back around the corner at the moment. 4 minutes gone. Coco. Well, that was an Earth Shadow that completely missed from Coco there. Didn't catch anything with it, and that may well cost them a few minutes.
And, well, now with the nano boosted, was that Reinhardt? No. Is that, who's the nano boosted? It's going to be Genji. It's going to be Tvik. Actually, he's trying to take down someone in this one, but it's really hard through that Transcendence. But he's still alive. He's looking for Qualifys. He gets the headshot onto him as well with the reflect. And now he's looking for the second man. He's trying to take down Kuba. He's going to fall. Tvik gets the reset, but he's not going to get the dash away. And that'll be the res force out of Nisa, just to keep Italy's hopes alive to defend this first corner.
Graviton Surge goes down, but most of his damage dealers have already been killed. He still manages to pick up the kill, though, and Coco with the hammer, working it down. Zebasai gets a double, making a triple. Brilliant stuff, and Sweden continue rolling through now. They're going to get stopped just at the point here. You're going to get Italy, going to get the speed off. There's going to be the nano boost going down. Just saw the chips putting it on towards Zebasai, I think it was, of all people. And, well, you're going to see the tracer spam, see what they can do. Try and slow things down. They've got themselves Fighter as well on the Winston. Try and just jump up and down, but the Graviton Surge, no follow-up.
Yeah, Zeba actually hasn't been able to build up any charge here. He's been attacking shields for quite a long time. He's got a lot of energy, most importantly, so putting a lot of good shields down, but this Primal Rage Winston is buying a lot of time. The Earthshatter is going to miss, it seems, and Fighter, when he's fighting, he's trying to keep his teammates' hopes alive to defend this point.
Well, he's just doing what he can. He's trying to follow the Primal Rage Winston up in the skies, but Zebasai picks him off. Now you can see QB. He tries to get in there, but he gets desuited. Not going to do a great deal without your suit. He's trying to pew bunny cannon down on Zebasai. He gets beaten away, and finally Sweden close it out with a time of 2:26 remaining.
That bunny blaster, just not strong enough, it seems, but Sweden looking pretty good. I mean, that first point take, I still have to look back and wonder what happened within the side of Italy. They gave up complete control around the payload. It got around that corner where the server room is really strong to hold from, and then IDQD just being uninterrupted the entire time, physically on the payload. But now Italy, their goal, they have to finish the map here. And that's the big thing they have to look for. I mean, even in overtime, it's okay, because you still get a minute to go back on again, and you can obviously push in overtime.
Just sit on the payload if you can.
Yeah, exactly. And they didn't even finish on Hollywood, so this is going to be a tough ask for them. But they are switching some things around. Link, who's normally the Roadhog player, is sitting on Genji now.
Yeah, he's played it. He played it on. Trying to think. I think he played on Hollywood for a brief period, not for long though.
Oh yeah, up against IDQD, who I got the better of him, I think, in that one.
Yes.
So this comp they're using, the Genji Tracer and a Winston, you would assume you want to see a Zarya to help make this comp work, because you want to be really aggressive, get into the back lines, and you want to assassinate Chips or IDQD, but they're not actually running the Zaryas. So Winston Fighter, I'm not sure if he's going to play with the payload or not. He cannot really afford to dive into the back lines that easily with this comp.
Okay.
He just got picked off too quickly.
We got a Widowmaker at the moment from Tvik. I think they're just making some changes. IDQD's made his way back to McCree. It's Tvik that's going to play the Zarya. Okay, so triple tank with the double support, and IDQD going to be the damage dealer on the McCree. And why not? It's been working well for him. It's interesting actually seeing Bromas's comments, because he's over obviously with Dignitas. They're over in America as well. And they were saying, oh, you should have let... I forget who they're saying. You should have let that guy, another guy on the team, damage dealer. And Bromas just like, I was just going to see how it was with the ping. And he's landing shot after shot after shot. And I think we might be seeing the same with IDQD here. He's like, oh, we'll just see how it goes. It's going pretty good.
Yeah.
It's going pretty good.
He's definitely one of the most used to it players out of anyone here playing with that high ping. Because he does play from Sweden over to North America with Fnatic. So I think he's moving there soon. I'm not sure. I think they're getting a gaming house or something like that. I think a lot of teams are starting to get to that point where gaming houses is...
Which is great. Which is great for Overwatch, obviously. The team's invested heavily in it. But, well, as we can see, IDQD starting to get the shots off the side. Let's spin across to someone on attack. Carnifex being the man. Let's see if he can get the dash in. Tries to get around. The flashbang comes straight in. And Cast the Curse strikes as IDQD takes him down and Fighter as they both tried to double dive on the back lines.
Yeah, so like a Zarya there could have kept Carnifex alive by stopping the flashbang from coming through and stopping it from getting bursted. But now Italy, they get up the first attack. Chips, like you just said, picking up that kill onto Link, has his nano boost ready to go. Look at save, he's at 30%, and you already have a nano boost ready to go. This is why Anna's so damn strong. Carnifex
trying to push in, cause some problems here. Gets a good couple of shots into the Winston. Will finally take down Zebasai. Nicely done. Gets a rewind, and that's going to slow things down. But the problem is, the rest of his team are getting obliterated by Coco. Boosted up underneath. Gets the pulse bomb sticking down onto him. Doesn't even get the kill out of it because he gets the heal in time. And Carnifex continues to work down Coco, but no kill, no dice for him. And he's going to have to back away, wait for the rest of his team. Nano boosted up Genji.
And that's going to be the Deadeye coming out of IDQ. I think he kills himself, actually. And Link's able to take down a second as well. This is actually looking good for Italy. They're able to get some momentum going off this, off the back of Link, who has 13 HP. He's still not being handled as finally Zebasai crushes him with his massive feed. And a Carnifex is going to be able to take down Tvik and this should be Sweden conceding this first point. Italy took them 2 attacks, but they got them nonetheless.
Can we get confirmation whether he's got massive feet?
Winston's, yeah. I mean, gorillas, right?
Yeah, I know. I just thought you meant Zebasai in general.
Oh, well, I mean, I have like clown shoes.
You
so
do
I
have
don't
cloud
know.
shoes, that's for sure. This looks like he's going to finally get cleared off. They need to deal with IDQD. They have done, and so they should hit the shuttle bait. The problem is it took a while. Coco comes charging on through. He wants to delay this, so he's not done yet. He will get taken down, and finally we see Zebasai leaping up to the shuttle. So they're going to try and hold the shuttle steady. Carnifex is going to make a switch here. 70%. He is going to go for McCree.
It looks like they're leaving Link on Genji, which isn't actually bad. Having the Genji Winston take the high ground control, and considering Sweden did lose a few members, they have been able to take it that fast. Fighter's already in position to actually knock them off the high ground if they want to go for it, or even just harass them from this position. So this is looking good for Italy if they can keep this momentum up, they can keep this push. Problem is that Gravitas are just going to do work.
He's getting beaten back. He can't follow it up. Fighter's getting in his face. IDDQD will, though. He gets himself a double. Carnifex takes him down in the end. Switch across to Carnifex. He dies the second I do it. Brilliant. Over to Fighter. He gets himself up in the shuttle bait. Payload just beneath him, but the rest of his team already been picked off, and now they're just going to charge on back to him. See if he can get away. He actually might do. Fighter gets out of there alive.
100 HP left, and he's going to feed a lot of ult percent over to Nissa, who's going to have Nano Boost now available for him to use, or Link to take the high ground back. But Sweden has 4 big ults. Most importantly, Coco. If he hits an Earth Shatter onto Link, that completely
What? Was that a boost on? It was a boost on Fighter, and he just got boosted off. I see what they were trying to do. They wanted to get that Tester Cannon doing a lot of damage. Unfortunately, the fact that he got knocked off is going to cause him a problem. Sweden have just absolutely wrecked Italy there. That's... I see the theory in it, but it was very risky.
And Sweden's really far pushed up here, too. I mean, with that kill onto Kubi at the end, should allow them time to get on the high ground, but... Yeah, I don't know. I thought he was going to Link because he has his Dragon Blade ready. Yeah. But I think maybe there's obviously a chance with Anna's that Fighter jumped in front of Link and then he received it.
Maybe, yeah. Because he was on the shuttle, so maybe that's what he's going for, yeah.
Oops, Deadeye from IDDQD from the top side. Carnifex actually going to run straight past this one. The payload is still moving. No one's contesting the payload right now. It's got 2 people on it.
He's going to sneak around the back at the moment. Carnifex gets in there. He's got the Deadeye. Perfect position, but the shield comes out from the Winston. It's enough to slow them down. The right click's going to take down Zebasai. Now Coco's in his face and wrecking him with the hammer. And, well, they do stop it, but that made good ground there. A cheeky backdoor.
A lot of ground, and you can't really afford to have that happen, especially if you're trying to shut them down at this point. But with 2 minutes left to go, Italy, you do that one more time, son, and you're going to have yourself that final push around the corner. But what do they got? Still Dragon Blade up on Link, who didn't use it in the last fight. Earth Shatter out of Hal. And even Fighter's coming up close to his Primal Rage. I don't know, I feel like Sweden, this should be their fight. They have the Nano Boost advantage, but Nisa's he's within 10%, so it's really not that big of a lead unless you can somehow kill him.
Well, here we go. Chips forces him in, manages to get himself a pop around the side there. Got a glimpse on Link. Link now manages to pop off his Dragon Blade, so switch across to him. He's going to go off and manages to get himself a quick one on Coco. That's a big kill. Zabe goes down, gets himself the reset. Now looking for Chips, but the Graviton Surge comes in, and that will slow things down considerably as Tavik does his job on the Xayah.
It's actually a really good dodge by Link too, because Coco tried to Earth Shatter him, but he was able to escape that one, which allowed him to pick up those extra kills, and from that pull an extra pressure onto Sweden on this defense. But now there's a minute left to go here, Demon. They have the ults in their favor.
Very aggressive.
Yeah, they're not even trying to hold on towards the actual ship because the payload already got so far before from that one. And the Nano Boost actually out of both teams.
Oh, that was great.
Was that Carnifex just completely getting overwhelmed as his Deadeye?
That was Tavik straight in his face. The payload, did it sneak through? Not quite. Link's not able to get in there. They do manage to keep him at bay. QB, Fighter, trying to sneak on. Didn't quite get it. No, it's just outside the marker. And now that's going to cause a problem because they're going to be splitting the spawn. They're going to be coming back dribs and drabs. And you can see 40 seconds on the marker. It's going to be very hard for them to reach that payload a second time.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult. Oof, gotta be careful.
Surge there as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to buy an extra, like, what, 10 seconds? Not to mention what they're going to have at a Zeb's side knocked away, and Coco's going to have his Earth Shatter up. Italy, they have to get on this payload right now. This is their last chance. Yeah, there's 25 seconds left to go, but you cannot fight in a staggered kind of a formation to push this payload into this next checkpoint. This could be Sweden going to BlizzCon.
Link has to dive. He has to dive and try and get around the side. There you can see his charge is only at 80%. It's IDDQD around the back. He's distracting. He's doing exactly what he needs to. 10 seconds. They have to be on that point. Anybody? Are they going to try and make the move for it? Link's got Dragon Blade. He's going to try and dodge in. Coco's ulti comes off and he gets himself a double, making a triple. Coco does work. They have to touch the payload. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. Fighter's the only man there. The rest of his team have fallen, and Sweden will take it in a clean 3-0. The second Primal Rage runs out. He is a dead man, and it's Coco, of course, with the hammer to drop it down in his face. Congratulations to Sweden. I don't think anybody else expected anything different from this, but they've done it in a pretty clean style. Italy, unfortunately, were no match for the Swedes.
Did we have a 3-0 every series?
Yep. Well, I mean, we had
Some were
draws.
misleading.
Draws on Handball. Yeah, it's misleading. We had 2 draws on Handball, so technically we went 4 maps into King's Row, but yes, we've not once reached Ilios.
Nissa again, stealing the play of the game with the res.
Well.
Stealing, deserved it. Oh. Yeah.
Gets the quad. Quad res, there we go.
Ball or shattered. No big deal.
Yeah.
This is when Sweden just pushed around the entire first corner without even being challenged on. You have to wonder if they did actually go for a hold there, how would it have turned out?
So, that is it for Europe.
It is.
We have our teams sent over to BlizzCon, set ready for the World Cup finals. Who is going to take it? Who knows? Will we see some strong performances from the European teams? Well, us as Europeans can only hope we will, of course. If you've missed all the action, you're going to be able to catch it on the YouTube channel, of course. Yep. Overdrive OW. Get over, all the VODs are available on there. Even my Clown Fiesta, that was a solo cast. That was a disaster. But congratulations to teams. Russia beating Norway in solid style. Finland beating the Benelux. They went through 3-0. Very, very dominant style there.
Yep.
And then, of course, at the end of the day, we had France beating Turkey in a pretty close game overall.
Yep.
I mean, the score said 3-0, but very much that game was very different. That all happened on the Wednesday. And then on Friday, we had the next match coming up. That was my Clown Fiesta, which was Spain taking down CIS and the Baltic Sea.
Yeah.
Solid game for them. Spain, very good match, actually. Valatage and friends, actually quite a lot of famous people on the CIS team.
I think teammates going head-to-head,
I think they would have done very well, but actually really impressed by Spain, considering obviously they weren't all pros in that team. A lot of good guys in there, of course. Then we had Germany yesterday, pretty dominant style, really, honestly, stomping the way through.
Iceland just didn't really put up a good fight in that one, unfortunately.
Yeah. Considering how they're actually pretty well in groups.
Yeah, they beat United Kingdom, who has players like Numlocked on the team from Team Dignitas.
Yeah, but they didn't have Kib, did they, UK? Because Kib forgot to sign up for the thing, so it's like great. You know, we finally get one of the best DPS players in the world.
It's okay, man.
And he doesn't even sign up for the damn team. This is just UK all over right now. It's like Gareth Bale saying, "I'm going to be Welsh." It's like brilliant, mate, brilliant. Thanks for that.
Is that a football reference?
Yes,
I knew it. Yeah, I understood it completely.
Yeah,
it's like Steve Young saying, I've had too many concussions, I'm just out.
Well, that's actually something that's right up
Do you
there
know
at the
Steve
moment.
Young?
No, but the concussions thing.
Really?
Yeah.
For football?
Yeah.
Who gets concussions in football? Everyone just dives and fakes injuries.
And is it actual football? No, I was thinking,
Steve Young.
American football.
Yeah.
As in American football.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm talking about European football.
Have you not realised that? Do you know in American football concussions are a massive?
Oh, they're huge. Yeah.
Massive deal right now. So NFL have actually just
they're putting a lot of rules in, so you can't do like a lot of.
They've put like hundreds of millions into the medical side of it now.
Okay.
After there was that film that came out recently. Actually, say recently, it was about 2 years ago. No.
Blindside?
No, it was a film about concussion.
Any Given Sunday?
Was it? No, it's not one of these. Not one of
I'm
those
running out of
Hollywood
football
blockbusters.
games or movies.
It was like almost like a documentary type thing. And it was a bit of an expose. But anyway, guys, I got totally distracted there because we were talking about football.
Welcome.
We were talking about how things work out. Sweden and Finland going through as massive favourites for me into the BlizzCon finals. Of course, they're coming up against the likes of China, Korea going in there. Also saw Thailand, Taipei, all these guys qualifying as well recently from the APAC regions. Going to be really interesting. You guys are going to want to watch it. It all starts on October 30th.
Does it?
If I remember rightly. I think it's 29th, 30th.
How can it start the 29th? When
it's the week before. It starts the week
Overwatch
before.
opens the 25th or 30th.
Is it?
Yeah.
So what's the dates then? I can't remember.
I don't know.
Overwatch opens next weekend. That's September.
Yeah, 20th
September.
Oh, you mean October? I'm sorry.
I did say October.
I'm sorry. I'm
like,
words just go in.
I'm like,
and they
not
just go
that
out.
close. I'm sure it's not.
No, sorry. Yeah.
Thanks for the distraction again, Jason. You're ever so helpful.
I'm ready to end the show. You're the one still going.
I'm trying to tell them when the World Cup finals are going to be.
Just go to playoverwatch.com for any information evolving around the World Cup.
That's where it's going to be, guys. And then, of course, BlizzCon, 4th and 5th of November. That's when you're going to want to watch. We'll see you then.